Hi everyone, it's Patricia from Peacemakers Trust. Today I'd like to talk to you about what peace is. But before I do that, I'd like to show you a couple of the things that I've done. I've actually made this world, and I glued three people on, the two people that were sent to me. I'll show you those in a minute, and me. And so we're just standing there around the world. I'm hoping that more people send me some pictures so that I can put them all the way around. I'd like to thank the two people who sent me their pictures. Keep sending those pictures so that I can add them onto the world. And what I would like to do is make something that looks sort of like this. You can see all these people are holding hands, and what they're doing is they're giving instructions about how to be peaceful. These are in clouds above their heads. And then here's another one that I've done with other kids where they were running around the world and they gave instructions about what to do. So they wrote speech bubbles, things, and they said, so this is pointing to the person who's talking, and this one says, join a celebration. This one says, eat a peach, call your mom. Lots of peaceful things that you can do. Play in the school. Lots of peaceful things to do. Now, before I talk about what peace is, today what you're going to need is some paper, some scrap paper like this. This is the back of some paper that I used before. You'll need maybe 1 or 2 sheets of really nice, clean paper, a pencil and a pen, and some felt pens, maybe an eraser if you need that. Before I talk about what peace is and about the books that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you how to draw a speech bubble. Now, a speech bubble tells us who's talking. So say that there are 2 people talking. I'll just draw a really quick person here. There's their arms, squiggle hands. Oh, there's their eyes. I'll give this person some ears, maybe some hair, big smile, because they're talking about peaceful things. And then there's another person over here. Maybe this one is me. And there are my eyes, my neck, there's my body, my legs are there. And a speech bubble tells us who's going to talk. So I want to say that I'm talking right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bit of a triangle. I'm not going to finish it, just the pointy part of the triangle. That shows that this person is talking. And then I'm going to start from the top and make a circle that goes all the way around, like that. That says that this person is talking. Now say that we wanted to do another one to show that this person is talking. I would draw a triangle that's pointing to that person, and then draw a circle that goes around. And then I can see that that person is talking. So let's just practice that a little bit. So on your scrap paper, draw a triangle and then put a circle around it. And you can make speech bubbles any size. They could be really big, like this one, or it could be really teeny. Maybe that person is whispering, saying something very, very quiet, but peaceful. And they could be really big. Here's another piece of paper that you could use a whole piece of paper here. So there's the triangle. That's pointing to the person who's talking over here. And then draw a big circle that goes all the way around. So you could maybe put a speech bubble inside a speech bubble. Put some speech bubbles on your scrap paper. And just practice making them. Make sure that you're making them on one side of the paper, pointing to one way, and on the other way. Before we write anything to go in those speech bubbles, I'd like to talk to you about some of the books that I have, and I'll put these books in a list in the information underneath the video. These books are also on the Peacemakers Trust website in the bibliography for children and youth. So this is a lovely book that's called What is Peace? And it asks a lot of questions like, is it loud? Is it quiet? And sometimes peace can be loud. It can be loud when kids are playing. Like on the playground, when you can hear kids that are playing and they're laughing and calling, that's quite a peaceful sound. And they ask things like, is it for everyone or is it only for a few people? But it is for everyone. And is it quiet? Is it noisy? Like I said, sometimes it's quiet and sometimes it's noisy. But the important thing about peace is that it's not fighting. So that when people are being peaceful, they aren't fighting. And sometimes peace is a feeling that you have in your heart. This is a beautiful book that's called Can You Say Peace? And there are different words for peace all over the world in different languages. This is by Katz. And it shows pictures from kids all around the world who say peace in a different way. And at the end of the book, it shows a picture of all the kids that are in the book and how they say peace. I think this is quite a beautiful book. Oh, I love this book. It's called Somewhere Today, A Book of Peace. It's by Shelley Thomas. And there are photographs of kids in it they're doing peaceful things. Here's some kids that are riding a bike. It looks like this is a big boy that's showing his sister how to ride a bike. And there's people reading together, doing stuff together. And my favorite is right at the very end. It says that someone is reading a book about peace and thinking about making the world a better place. That's us right now. This is a lovely book about all the different ways that peace might feel, or how it sounds, or how it tastes. Maybe it tastes like ice cream, or maybe it tastes like a crisp green salad. So it talks about what peace feels like, looks like, sounds like, feels like. Now here's a picture of a dog and a cat sleeping together. And the interesting thing about this book is that it's written by children who are 8, 9, 10 years old. And it's what they think that peace looks like or sounds like. This is a lovely book called Talk Peace. And this one tells you where to talk peace, when to talk peace. And, you know, you can talk peace when you eat and when you play, in the sun, in the rain. You can talk peace anywhere. And so it's a really peaceful time. Look at all those people that are holding hands, just like in the ones that we have on our world. Now, this is one of my very favorite books, and there's another picture of people around the world. This one is by Todd Parr. It's called The Peace Book. And in this book, he talks about different ways of being peaceful. So here's an example is peace is reading all different kinds of books, or peace is thinking about someone that you love. Peace is a feeling that you might have in your heart. So with your nice, clean piece of paper, maybe you and some other people can have a discussion about what peace is. Or maybe you can give some instructions about how to be peaceful. I'm going to write peace is. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'll write on my paper, peace is. It looks like this, P-E-A-C-E, and I put a finger space, is. And peace can be something that you do by yourself, or something that you do with a friend, something you can do with your family. Sometimes I like to go walking in the forest, so I might write, peace is walking in the forest with a friend. And sometimes peace is just walking in the forest by myself. Sometimes peace is being in the garden, pulling out the weeds, which is a little bit of a job sometimes, but if you think of it as a peaceful activity, it makes it go faster. Maybe peace is making cookies. Maybe peace is sliding down the slide. Maybe peace is looking at a spider and looking at how the spider makes a web. There are lots of peaceful things. Think about what peace is for you and then write it down. So peace, I'm going to write, peace is walking in the forest. I'm not going to make my speech bubble yet. I'm going to do my writing and then draw the speech bubble around it. So mine is going to say, peace is walking. And every time I finish a word, I put my finger in so that there's a space there. In the, I'm going to put it down here now, forest. I don't know, should I do walking in the forest or walking in the forest with a friend? I think that one. With a friend. And I think I'm going to have my speech bubble going this way. And then I'll make that a little bit longer. I'm going to put my big circle around there. Oh, that looks good. Now I'm going to take some colors here and I'm going to trace over. Trace over means that you go over the letters with a bigger color. So I'm going to write the letters again and trace over what I did before. This just makes it easier for people to see it. And if it's not perfect, so that little bit there where I missed, that's okay, no problem. And I'm going to choose another color to trace over the lines that I made for my speech bubble. I think maybe blue. And you can choose whatever colors you think are peaceful colors. I'm going to trace around. Oh, this was tricky over here because I can't see it very well. There we go. And then when you're done, I hope you take a picture of this and send it to me, and I'll add it onto the big world that we have. And I'll make little speech bubbles that go around the world, just like that picture that I showed you. So when you're sending me a picture of this, remember that you can send it to office@peacemakers.ca. And in the subject line, you can write Patricia. That's me. Or you can write speech bubbles. And either one of those subjects will get to me. So I hope you send me your speech bubbles. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with is another book that's called Peace is an Offering. These words are by Annette LeBox and the pictures are by Graegin. And I just want to leave you with what they say at the very end. May peace walk beside you wherever you are. So have a peaceful day, and I hope to get some information from you. Talk to you soon.